Have you ever felt like earning more money is impossible or that investing is just too complicated for you? So you're not alone. But here's the truth. Your financial life can completely change, and it all starts with your mindset. In this video, I'll show you 6 powerful mindsets that have transformed the lives of thousands of people and can do the same for you. If you're tired of feeling stuck, stay with me until the end, because the change you need might start right now. 1. From scarcity to abundance. The scarcity mindset stems from an underlying fear that life operates with limited resources, whether it's money, opportunities, success, or happiness. This perception breeds a sense of competition, making people believe that if someone else wins, they automatically lose. It fosters behaviors like hoarding, avoiding risks, or focusing on protecting what little one has rather than seeking growth. The result is a defensive and restrictive approach to life that stifles creativity and prevents people from exploring new opportunities. An abundance mindset, on the other hand, views the world as full of possibilities. It embraces the idea that resources are not finite but can be created, shared, and multiplied. This shift allows people to focus on what they can do rather than on what they lack. An abundance-oriented individual understands that success isn't a zero-sum game. Someone else's achievements don't diminish their own potential. Instead, the success of others can serve as inspiration or even as a collaborative opportunity. This shift in thinking is crucial because a scarcity mindset blinds you to opportunities. It makes problems seem insurmountable because the focus is always on what's missing. For instance, someone stuck in scarcity may dwell on not having enough money to pursue a dream or improve their situation, convincing themselves that the dream is out of reach. However, adopting an abundance mindset reframes the question entirely. From "I can't" to "how can I?" This subtle but powerful change inspires proactive thinking, leading to creative problem-solving and resourcefulness. Consider the example of wanting to take a professional development course. A scarcity mindset would have you dwell on the cost, concluding that you simply don't have the money. This thought process might end there, shutting the door on a potentially life-changing opportunity. In contrast, an abundance mindset encourages exploration. You might research scholarships, find a free alternative online, or consider starting small by setting aside a small amount each week to save up for the course. This approach keeps possibilities alive, allowing you to work toward your goal even in challenging circumstances. This shift doesn't only impact individual decisions, it transforms how you interact with others. In a scarcity mindset, you may view colleagues as competitors and their success as a threat to your own. An abundance perspective, however, enables you to celebrate their achievements, see them as sources of inspiration, and even collaborate to create mutual growth. For example, instead of thinking, "If they got promoted, it means there's less room for me," you might say, "Their promotion shows that opportunities are available, and I can prepare myself for when the next one arises." Transformative phrases for scarcity to abundance. Instead of saying, "I can't afford this," try saying, "How can I make this affordable or earn extra money to pay for it?" Instead of thinking, "If they succeeded, there's no chance for me," reframe it as, "Their success proves that it's possible, and I can learn from their journey." Replace "There's never enough time to do everything" with "How can I prioritize what's most important?" By adopting an abundance mindset, you shift your focus from limitations to possibilities, unlocking your potential to create, collaborate, and achieve more than you ever thought possible. 2. From failure to feedback. Failure can feel devastating because it is often seen as a final verdict on your abilities. This belief fosters shame, fear, and a reluctance to try again, as if every mistake chips away at your worth. In this mindset, failure is something to be avoided at all costs, even if that means missing out on valuable experiences and growth. This perspective makes people overly cautious, preventing them from stepping outside their comfort zones or embracing challenges. Reframing failure as feedback transforms how you perceive mistakes. Instead of seeing them as proof of inadequacy, you begin to view them as part of the learning process. Much like a GPS recalculates when you take a wrong turn, failure provides critical data that helps you adjust your approach and try again with a better strategy. This shift emphasizes growth, persistence, and problem-solving over perfectionism. Understanding the importance of this shift means recognizing that setbacks are inevitable. Every successful person has faced failures along their journey, often using them as a foundation for later success. Viewing failure as feedback removes the emotional sting and replaces it with curiosity and determination. For example, if you launch a business that doesn't generate profit in the first year, a failure mindset might lead you to give up, convinced that you're not cut out for entrepreneurship. A feedback mindset, however, encourages you to analyze what went wrong. Maybe the pricing strategy needs adjustment, or the target audience wasn't clearly defined. By treating the experience as a learning opportunity, you can make improvements and try again with better chances of success. This mindset is especially powerful in personal development. A person with a feedback mindset understands that progress often involves trial and error. If you're learning a new skill and make mistakes, instead of feeling defeated, you might ask, "What can I do differently next time to improve?" This approach not only keeps you motivated, but also helps you build resilience. Transformative phrases for failure to feedback. Replace "I failed, so I must not be good at this" with "This experience highlights what I need to work on to improve." Instead of saying, "I should stop trying because I messed up," reframe it as, "Every mistake I make gets me closer to success because I'm learning what works and what doesn't." Change "Why do I keep failing?" to "What lessons can I extract from this failure to do better next time?" By adopting a feedback mindset, you gain the courage to embrace challenges, experiment, and ultimately achieve your goals despite setbacks. Over time, you'll come to see failure not as an end, but as an integral part of the journey to success. 3. From comfort zone to growth zone. The comfort zone is a mental space where everything feels predictable and safe. It's where routines dominate, challenges are avoided, and risks are minimized. While this zone offers a sense of security, it often leads to stagnation. Growth rarely happens in a state of complete comfort because there is no need to adapt, learn, or evolve. The growth zone lies just beyond this area of safety. It is where you willingly face discomfort, take on new challenges, and stretch your abilities. In this zone, you encounter uncertainty and risk, but you also unlock opportunities for development and self-discovery. Leaving the comfort zone is essential for achieving meaningful goals and uncovering your potential. Every major accomplishment in life requires stepping into a space where failure is a possibility, but so is growth. It is in the growth zone that people learn new skills, discover talents they didn't know they had, and build the confidence that comes from overcoming obstacles. However, this shift often requires embracing discomfort and reframing fear not as a barrier but as a guide to where improvement is needed. For example, if you fear public speaking, staying in your comfort zone means avoiding situations where you might have to present. While this protects you from immediate anxiety, it also limits your career and personal growth opportunities. Stepping into the growth zone could start small, like volunteering to speak in a small team meeting, then gradually taking on larger audiences as your confidence builds. Each step outside your comfort zone strengthens your ability to face challenges, and what once seemed intimidating becomes manageable or even enjoyable. This shift isn't about recklessness or leaping into situations without preparation. It's about recognizing that growth requires calculated risks and a willingness to be vulnerable in the face of uncertainty. By repeatedly stepping into the growth zone, you expand your comfort zone over time, making more ambitious goals feel achievable. Transforming your mindset about the comfort zone involves a language shift as well. Instead of saying, I won't try because I might fail. You can tell yourself, I'll try because even if I fail, I'll learn something valuable. Similarly, rather than thinking, I've never done this before, so I shouldn't risk it, you might say, I've never done this before, but it's an opportunity to learn something new. These subtle changes in self-talk create a foundation for stepping into new and challenging experiences with curiosity and courage. 4. From fixed mindset to growth mindset. The fixed mindset is based on the belief that intelligence, talents, and abilities are set in stone. People with this mindset tend to avoid challenges because they fear failure will reveal their perceived inadequacies. They shy away from risks, give up easily when faced with obstacles, and often feel threatened by the success of others. This mindset creates a static sense of self, where effort seems futile and improvement feels out of reach. In contrast, the growth mindset is grounded in the idea that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication, practice, and learning. This perspective encourages resilience, persistence, and a willingness to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. With a growth mindset, failure is not a reflection of your limitations but a natural part of the learning process, a stepping stone on the path to mastery. This shift is crucial because it redefines what success and effort mean. A fixed mindset might lead you to think, I'll never be good at this, so why even try? But a growth mindset reframes the situation, allowing you to see that improvement comes with practice and time. For instance, if you struggle to learn a new language, a fixed mindset might convince you to quit, assuming you lack the language learning gene. A growth mindset, however, motivates you to keep practicing, celebrating small wins like memorizing new vocabulary or successfully holding a short conversation. Adopting a growth mindset also changes how you perceive the success of others. Instead of seeing someone else's achievements as a threat or evidence of your own shortcomings, you view them as proof that growth and success are possible. You might ask yourself, what can I learn from their journey? Or, how can I use their success as inspiration for my own path? Language plays a pivotal role in this transformation. Instead of saying, I'll never be good at this, you can replace it with, I'm not good at this yet, but I'll improve with practice. Similarly, rather than thinking, some people are naturally talented, and I'm not, you might say, talent is built through effort, and I'm willing to start where I am. These small but significant shifts in phrasing reinforce the idea that growth is possible and entirely within your control. By embracing a growth mindset, you open yourself up to continuous learning and personal development. Challenges become opportunities, and persistence becomes a habit. Over time, you'll see not only your skills but also your confidence grow, enabling you to tackle increasingly ambitious goals with a sense of optimism and determination. 5. From comfort zone to growth zone. The comfort zone is a psychological state where familiarity reigns. It's the space where routines provide predictability, challenges are minimized, and the risks of failure or discomfort are almost non-existent. While this space feels safe, it often comes at the cost of personal and professional growth. Staying too long in the comfort zone can lead to stagnation, where potential is left untapped, creativity dwindles, and ambitions remain unfulfilled. The absence of challenge means the absence of progress, as growth is inherently tied to effort and adaptation. In contrast, the growth zone is the realm where you push beyond the boundaries of what feels comfortable. It is the space where you willingly face uncertainty, take on challenges, and stretch your abilities. While entering this zone can trigger fear and self-doubt, it also unlocks opportunities for transformation and self-discovery. The discomfort you feel is not a sign of failure. It is a signal that you are doing something new, something that has the potential to expand your skills, confidence, and perspective. The shift from the comfort zone to the growth zone is essential for achieving meaningful goals. No major accomplishment, whether in relationships, career, health, or personal development, happens without stepping into this space of vulnerability and challenge. Growth requires confronting fear, reframing it as a guide rather than a barrier. For instance, fear of public speaking may lead you to avoid presentations altogether, keeping you in your comfort zone but limiting opportunities for career advancement. Instead, starting small, like speaking up in a casual team meeting, can help you build confidence. Over time, these incremental steps lead to the realization that the very thing you feared is now within your grasp. It's important to note that leaving the comfort zone doesn't mean recklessness or diving into situations unprepared. It's about calculated risks, testing the waters, taking gradual steps, and learning along the way. Each foray into the growth zone strengthens your ability to handle challenges and, eventually, expands your comfort zone itself. What once felt daunting becomes familiar, allowing you to set and achieve increasingly ambitious goals. To solidify this shift, it's crucial to reframe your self-talk. Instead of thinking, "I won't try because I might fail," you can tell yourself, "I'll try because even if I fail, I'll learn something valuable." This reframing shifts focus from avoiding failure to embracing growth. Similarly, instead of saying, "I've never done this before, so I shouldn't risk it," you might say, "I've never done this before, but it's an opportunity to learn something new." By replacing fear-based narratives with growth-oriented ones, you create a mindset that thrives on curiosity, resilience, and ambition. 6. From fixed mindset to growth mindset. The fixed mindset is rooted in the belief that traits like intelligence, talent, and ability are inherent and unchangeable. People with this mindset often avoid challenges because they fear that failure will expose their limitations. This fear leads to self-sabotaging behaviors such as giving up easily, avoiding feedback, or feeling envious of others' achievements. The fixed mindset creates a static self-image, where effort feels pointless and setbacks are perceived as proof of inadequacy rather than opportunities to improve. On the other hand, the growth mindset operates on the principle that abilities can be cultivated through effort, learning, and persistence. This perspective sees challenges as chances to grow, not threats to one's self-worth. A growth mindset recognizes that mistakes and failures are integral parts of the journey to mastery, serving as feedback that guides improvement. It is this openness to learning and adaptability that enables people with a growth mindset to consistently push past obstacles and achieve their goals. Why is this shift so transformative? A fixed mindset limits potential by keeping you trapped in fear and self-doubt. For instance, if you struggle with a task like learning a new language, a fixed mindset might lead you to conclude, "I'm just not good at languages, so there's no point in trying." In contrast, a growth mindset reframes this as an opportunity to learn, motivating you to practice regularly and celebrate small wins, such as memorizing a set of phrases or successfully completing a short conversation. This shift also changes how you view the success of others. Instead of feeling threatened or discouraged by someone else's achievements, a growth mindset sees them as evidence of what is possible. For example, instead of thinking, "They're successful because they're naturally talented, and I'm not," you might think, "What can I learn from their strategies or habits?" This curiosity and willingness to learn transform comparisons into inspiration and guidance. Language is a powerful tool in adopting a growth mindset. Subtle shifts in phrasing can make a significant impact. Instead of saying, "I'll never be good at this," you might say, "I'm not good at this yet, but I can improve with practice." Similarly, replace thoughts like, "I failed, so I should stop trying," with, "I failed, and now I know what to do differently next time." These small changes reinforce the idea that growth is a process and that effort is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. 7. From perfectionism to progress. Perfectionism is the relentless pursuit of flawlessness, often driven by fear of judgment, failure, or not being good enough. While the desire for excellence can sometimes be motivating, perfectionism frequently leads to inaction. It creates a paralyzing need for ideal conditions, leaving you stuck in endless preparation or revision cycles. You hesitate to start or complete projects because they're never perfect, and as a result, opportunities slip away. Progress, on the other hand, emphasizes movement over mastery. It shifts your focus from achieving perfection to making consistent, incremental improvements. Progress acknowledges that no masterpiece was created in a single attempt and that mistakes are not failures but essential learning opportunities. By valuing action and iteration over unattainable ideals, you give yourself permission to learn, grow, and refine over time. This shift is crucial because perfectionism is unsustainable and mentally exhausting. It fosters procrastination, erodes self-confidence, and ultimately prevents you from sharing your work or talents with the world. Choosing progress frees you from the impossible standards of perfectionism, allowing you to focus on what truly matters: consistent effort and learning. Consider the example of writing a book. A perfectionist might get stuck rewriting the first chapter over and over, convinced it's not good enough to move forward. This obsession delays progress and often results in unfinished work. A progress-focused approach encourages you to complete the draft first, knowing that revisions can come later. By focusing on moving forward, you create momentum, build confidence, and allow space for creativity to flourish. Adopting a progress mindset also involves changing how you talk to yourself. Instead of saying, "I can't release this until it's perfect," you might tell yourself, "I'll release it now and improve it based on feedback." Similarly, replace thoughts like, "If I can't do it perfectly, I shouldn't do it at all," with, "I'll start with what I have and refine as I go." These shifts in language emphasize action over hesitation, helping you focus on the value of completion and the lessons that come with each step forward. 8. From comparison to self-improvement. Comparison is a deeply ingrained habit, fueled by social media, societal expectations, and the human tendency to measure success against others. While a little comparison can sometimes inspire action, it often leads to feelings of inadequacy, envy, and self-doubt. This happens because comparison places your worth on an external scale, ignoring your unique circumstances, strengths, and progress. It's an unfair game where you're always chasing someone else's success, leaving you feeling perpetually behind. Shifting from comparison to self-improvement means turning your focus inward. Instead of measuring yourself against others, you measure progress against your own past self. This perspective recognizes that everyone has a different starting point, timeline, and set of challenges. It encourages you to focus on your journey, identify areas for growth, and celebrate your milestones, big or small. For instance, imagine a colleague gets promoted before you. A comparison mindset might lead you to feel inadequate, questioning your abilities or worth. This negative spiral can demotivate you, even if your own performance has been excellent. A self-improvement mindset, however, reframes the situation. Instead of focusing on their success, you might ask, "What skills or experiences can I develop to prepare myself for the next opportunity?" By shifting the focus to your own growth, you maintain your motivation and take actionable steps toward your goals. Transforming your mindset also involves rephrasing your inner dialogue. Replace thoughts like, "They achieved more than me, so I must be failing," with, "What can I learn from their success to advance my own journey?" Similarly, instead of thinking, "I'm falling behind," tell yourself, "I'm making progress at my own pace, and every step matters." These changes in perspective allow you to celebrate your achievements without feeling overshadowed by others. Over time, this focus on self-improvement builds a sense of personal accomplishment and satisfaction. It helps you stay motivated, resilient, and aligned with your values. By prioritizing your own growth over comparison, you create a life defined by your terms, where progress feels fulfilling and authentic.